superstars. Good morning, good afternoon, or good whatever time it is whenever you're watching this. Welcome to Paris, the food capital of the world. Thank you for joining.
Just kidding. I'm still just in my house. One day we shall go to Paris. So, this week we are talking about food because every single day y'all are either eating snacks or talking about snacks or doing something with food. So, it was about time that we start studying it. So, I hope you all have enjoyed our activities with food so far. And today we're going to read a little funny book about food. So, go grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's read together. So, this book is again found on Get Epic, and it is called Chip and Curly, The Great Potato Race by Kathy Bresarcher and illustrated by Joshua Hines. The Spud City Festival was just days away, and the whole town was getting ready. Chip's favorite activity was the sack race, but each year he came up short. This year he was determined to win the first place prize. But there was a problem. A new Spud had arrived in town, Curly, and he had quite a spring in his step. He's fast, Chip thought, so he practiced every chance he got. The roasted yams boasted as Chip leapt by. Hollered the home fries. Still, Chip felt nervous. The morning of the festival, Chip arrived early to study the path. Meanwhile, the crowd gathered. The couch potatoes lined the race route. The French fries stood with their tater tots. And the sweet potatoes practiced cheers. After stretching, Chip high-fived the tots and posed for pictures. Everything was going great until Curly arrived. Leaping toward the other racers, Chip groaned.
Oh.
To top it off, Curly wedged in next to him at the starting line. Chip gripped his sack and stared straight ahead. He wanted to win more than ever.
Ready, set, go!
Said the announcer. The potatoes hopped forward and Chip whipped past everyone.
Chip! Chip! Chip!
Cheered the crowd.
I got this in the bag,
he thought.
Keep moving! Keep moving!
The twice bakes repeated. Chip heard someone gaining on him, but he didn't look back.
Look out!
The barbecue Chip shouted.
Here comes a hot potato!
And then it happened. Curly pulled ahead. The crowd went wild. Even the couch potatoes stood up and took notice. The waffle fries couldn't decide who to cheer for. Chip hopped faster, but he couldn't catch up. Just ahead, a tree root stuck out of the ground. Chip had his eye on it, but Curly headed right towards it. Oof! Curly tripped and tumbled to the ground. A thought sprouted in Chip's mind. With Curly down, this was his chance to win. He zipped past Curly and took the lead. But as the finish line came into view, he felt rotten. Chip glanced over his shoulder. He hashed it out over in his mind. There was only one thing to do. He bounded toward Curly, who lay pancaked on the ground. Chip reached down and pulled him up while the other potatoes passed by.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4.
Counted the announcer as the racers entered the final stretch of the course.
5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes.
Wait, here comes 2 more. Curly and Chip had hopped back onto the pack and were gaining speed. In a flash, Curly peeled ahead of the pack with Chip on his heels. As they neared the end of the race, Chip barreled along and gave it all he had. But it was no use. Curly sprang across the finish line. In an instant, Chip's dream of winning were mashed. The sweet potatoes cheered. The other potatoes congratulated Curly. They're going to butter him up now, Chip muttered. He slipped out of his sack and tossed it onto a pile. As he turned to leave, Curly stopped him. The relay is next. Do you want to be my partner? Chip froze in his steps. Me? Sure, no matter how you slice it, we'll make a great team. A smile sprouted on Chip's face. Okay, bud, let's do it. They practiced on the sidelines. Before long, they were in a groove. Maybe I'll finally win a Golden Bushel Award, said Chip. But there was a problem. A new team had arrived, the Shoestring Fries. They were lean and snappy and perfectly shaped. And that's the end. They left us with a cliffhanger in that one. So far, nobody's beating me on Get Epic. I've read the most books.
I'm amazing.
I hope y'all like that little fun book about potatoes. I don't know why, but potatoes are always so funny. For today's challenge, I want you to come up with some sort of food and make a funny story out of it, okay? Is it going to be the dancing carrot? Is it going to be... Or what? What's it going to be? Make it as funny as possible and send it to me because you know I love funny stories. I love you all. I miss you all. I'll see you at 2:30 for our next Zoom session. I wonder what food we're going to learn about next. Bye.